This is what I'll be talking about. This is mainly about our design build training class, Design Build 101 I like to call it. We'll be going through how the training was developed, who gets to attend and why. Training overview, the schedules of upcoming training, and some other helpful training tools and resources that we've come up with. So I have a questionnaire for y'all. What kind of design build experience do you have? Have you fill that out real quick? And I'll find out what fell on the floor. Okay, thank you. Moving up, moving down, moving up. Here we go. So mostly folks have been involved in the design and build phase, which we at SPD called the implementation phase. Of course, not as many in operations and maintenance because we don't, we just have about 3 or 4 projects in that area right now. So good, that gives me a good feel for the room. Another question, why would you want to deliver a project using the design build method? All right, now if you want to know the answer, you have to come and take my class. This is where we have projects located around the state, different design build, CDA design build, or concessionaire type work. You can see they're mostly in the metro areas. Dallas has quite a few. San Antonio, Austin. We've got one way out there in El Paso. We're going to have one in Corpus Christi with the Harbor Bridge. So we've got these kind of scattered out all over the state. And then you can see with the stars, the red stars is where we've done the training. So we tried to kind of match that up. And the green stars are where we're going to try to have training. We definitely have one scheduled in Laredo. We're hoping to get to El Paso and Austin next. We'll tell you more about that later. This is just a list of all the places we've done Design Build Training 101, and so far we've trained about 400 folks have been through this class, and I'm proud to say that out of a 1 to 5 scale, 5 being the best, we average over 4 all the time. People seem to be very pleased with this. How was the training developed? It started with Dieter Billick. Dieter Billick, sorry. I went blank for a minute. I got you confused with Bilock from El Paso. Anyways, I'm 57 and that happens, so just bear with me. So anyways, Dieter started this. He got some procurement engineers together. He worked with the AGC, and they developed this wonderful, wonderful training manual, top-notch training manual, top-notch class. They tried it out a couple times, and then I showed up, and they handed it off for me to move forward with. So we tweaked it a little bit. We brought on folks that had actually been in design and implementation phase, the design and construction phase, and Bill, the Dieter's folks also got this approved for 16 hours of PDHs. It is 8 hours a day, 2 days, 2 full days, and you can get 16 PDHs for it. Bill Hasbrook from the AGC also went to the DBIA and got this approved as a DBI training class. So, I mean, we did good. It was very well done. And so here's who can attend. So since the AGC helped us develop it, we kind of do this by invitation only. We like to have about 40 people in a class. Any more than that, and it's just way too many for us to handle because we're kind of interactive and we have little workshop things. So we typically invite 15 from the district or division staff. We invite 15 from the AGC, and then we have 10 from the ACEC come. And so if you want to get invited, find out which districts it's going to be in and go ask that district if you can come. If you're a contractor, you need to get in touch with the AGC, and if you're a consultant, you need to go ask the ACEC. So we like to have this mixture in the class. It's very helpful, and it's a lot of fun to get the contractors and TxDOT and the consultants all talking together. We all learn a lot from each other when that happens, and we appreciate people speaking up and participating in the class that way. This is a training overview. We first go into partnering and project team integration. There's a lot of folks involved in a project. Compared to design, bid, build, we have one TxDOT person, and then usually a staff of general engineering consulting firms to do the owner part of it. If we're lucky, we'll get somebody like Grady Mapes or Hen Fan. I think Tony Paybaugh is on loan from the Fort Worth district. We get some district people to come in and help us, and that's one of the reasons we're out doing this Design Build 101 training, is because we want to get you interested, and we want you to come in and be on these projects with us. We need your help because there's not very many of us. And so there's that big group, and then you got another group. Not only does the joint venture team come, or the design build firm come, but he's kind of got this overhead administrative group. He's got contractors, he's got designers, and he comes up with this quality control, quality assurance staff. He comes up with people that can do pay apps and scheduling. So it's a whole big group, and it doesn't work unless we get together right away, come up with decision-making trees, come up with the move it up process. What am I looking for? What's the name of that? Escalation process. Thank you, Winner. We have that, and we learn how to partner through this together. So it's a good module. The next one is contract basics and implementations. So again, we're focused on the design build part of the process, not so much procurement. In this module, you get a little bit of background on the contract and what's in it, some of the best practices of implementing a project. Project organization and the change management process. We talk about what the developer's organization might look like. We talk about what the TxDOT organization would look like, and how we do change management, change orders. There's all sorts of different ways to make things happen in this kind of a contract besides just change orders. We talk about the project management plan and the quality management plan. So in design build, TxDOT's used to managing the project and being very prescriptive and telling the contractor what to do. In design build, the contractor manages the project. The contractor does actual acceptance of the workmanship. So we want to know what his game plan is. Does he know how to manage a project? How's he going to manage that project? And then what's his quality management plan going to be? So that's pretty important. Module 5 is by far the most boring. I'm sorry, I mean technical. Technical module that there is. I teach it. We get into that very complicated design build for quality assurance program for design build, program that's run by the construction division, which we're actually updating as we speak. Very complicated statistics, trying to explain that just because the contractor's test passed doesn't mean that the material is acceptable. There's a 2-part acceptance process that includes owner validation, and that validation process is really important. Module 6, right-of-way acquisition, utility adjustments, and environmental compliance, is the Don Toner show. Is he here? Good, I could talk bad about him. So Don Toner comes in, and really to get somebody of that high caliber, the guy that runs $500 million worth of right-of-way he gets for us every year. I mean, tons and tons of right-of-way he goes out and buys for us and gets it really quickly and works with the developers to help them buy their parts of the right-of-way. He comes and spends his time and talks to us about these items. So he does a very good job. And then managing the accelerated project delivery, we'll pull somebody that's actually been on a design build, that's currently on a design build job, and they'll talk about how fast it goes, man. The design submittals come in, and how much time you have to review stuff, and the pace of this project, and what you need to be prepared for, and what to do. So it's a pretty good little class. How to request this training, I think we just talked about that. So we'll be in the Laredo district. We've told them they get 15 slots. That's coming in November. Thomas Bohushlav of the AGC can tell you if you're a contractor, if you want to go, call him. And then the guy that runs the ACEC, got his name too. Steve Stagner, thank you. He can get you into this one as well. We've asked El Paso if they want us to have one. If we do, it'll be like early December before the holidays. And then if we don't make that, it'll be in January, and we'll follow quickly by one in Austin. That's about as far out as we can plan, really. It's a couple, 3 months. So, other helpful training that we have. Besides the Design Build 101 2-day, we have a Design Build 101 executive training. About a 4-hour class. I can get it down to 2 hours if we need to. I can expand it a little bit, and it's meant for the district engineers, folks that don't have that long of a attention span to come and take. We have the Quality Assurance Program for Design Build. It's a 3-hour class that I just put together with Greg Cleveland. Helps me very much. And David Belzer from the Construction Division. And we went and made 3 trips, San Antonio, Houston, and Dallas. We'll be doing it again as soon as we finalize the new Quality Assurance Program for Design Build. We'll be out there again with it to help y'all figure that out. We have a 1-day kickoff meeting with the developer and TxDOT once a project has been awarded. My last one, I think, was with Tony Paybaugh. We've done State Highway, we've done 1604, I think we did 71. But what we do is we throw out the stuff we don't really need to talk about because partnering's already happened, the contract's already been signed, and we focus on the project management plan, the quality assurance program, the accelerated project delivery type stuff, and really talk with the developer and the quality assurance teams and the GEC consultant and the TxDOT people all in the same room and walk them through all of this and start asking questions. You know, how many construction inspectors do you really need, and how are you going to plan for that? Try to get into some of the details and let them talk back and forth to each other and figure things out. We also have a guide for deciding if a project is better fit for design build or design bid build. There's actually 2 models, one from Colorado and one Bill Hale led the charge on, TTI created. We can run your project through either one of those modules. Very, very good and easy things to do. Coming soon is scheduling on design build projects training. We've got Bob Hunley works for us at the Strategic Projects Division, probably one of the best schedulers in the state of Texas, in my opinion. And he will come out to our each of our projects and do this 2 or 3 hour scheduling training. We seem to have a little bit of trouble with that and getting the heightened expertise that we need to figure out scheduling in this kind of a project delivery. We also have almost done program management training for design build project managers. And it's not project management training more than it is about program management. How do you manage your GEC? You know, that's your staff, basically. What is this program that you're managing? Try to help with managing, the whole picture of design build and all the things that will be going on. And then we'll have the Design Build Project Manager's Implementation Guide. I'm going through the final draft of that at the end of the month. That's just something we'll hand to new project managers, which there will be a lot of, that will say, okay, contract's executed, now what? And try to help walk you through. And now it's notice to proceed 1, now what? And help you walk you through that. Finally, our training manual for Design Build 101 is located at this website. It's an internal website. It's only for TxDOT people to go and get. And then more about our SPD projects, our funding, our legislation, our terminology, what's upcoming is also at that crossroads. There's a lot of definitions of design build and the basics of design build on that website as well. So how many of you would be interested in taking this 2-day training class? Oh, good. I was afraid you were going to hurt my feelings. That makes me feel better. All right. Wait. Oh.